Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well and having a good Wednesday. So today we are working on a family home, which is kind of like a cottage sort of vibe, if you ask me. It's kind of like a big family home, but kind of like a cottage style then. I did want to play around a bit with roofing for this build. It was a bit all over the place, shall we say. I did most of it off camera for the roofing part because I was like, yeah, there is no chance I'm filming all of that and editing all of that because it was a right mess. But I did want to have a go at kind of like a really funky looking roof, and I did see another simmer do this sort of thing on Instagram, so I took inspiration from that. I didn't follow hers exactly, but the sort of shape that I wanted was sort of the same, so I was like, well, we'll take inspiration from that and then run with it. But it did take me a long time, but I thought I'd include some of my trial and error moments from the beginning in this section. This isn't what it looks like in the end, but it did take me quite a while, not gonna lie. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted that sort of roof, but I wasn't sure on the shape that I would like, so it did take me quite a moment to get it right, but we got them in the end, and I do really like how it turned out. I really love the interior of this house. Usually I prefer the exterior. Don't get me wrong, I like the exterior, but it did frustrate me because it took a very long time. As you can see, I did most of it off camera. But yeah, it's very like a cottage, cozy vibe. I think it's really cute though. But yeah, it's a very big house. It's on a 40 by 30. But I think it's just got a lot of like character to it, you know? I kind of feel like it's got like a sort of personality behind it. Maybe it's like quite an old building and then like a newer generation's moved in or something. I'm not too sure, that's what I was sort of thinking. So for this home we do have a two parents, a teenage girl, a child boy and an infant daughter. Girl, I keep saying girl, so we'll go with that, not daughter. So yes, we do have two daughters and a son. I didn't include any pets, but you could include pets if you wanted to. I think I did add a hamster or something, but I could be wrong. That might have been the other house I did, honestly. I've been building like crazy lately, so I'm not too sure which is in where. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. I think this section's really unusual. I wasn't really sure if I liked it in the beginning, but like I kind of thought like if it's going to be in like a cottagey sort of world, then it would work very well because it's very like, I don't know, it just gives me cottage vibes. It's the easiest way to put it. So I did add this little driveway as well up to the garage, which I quite like to do because it kind of adds a bit more depth to the build. Obviously it's not functional, but it just looks cool. So yes, we're just working on some landscaping, and then we'll move on to the floor plan in just a moment. So I wasn't really sure what to do with the outside really. There was like this section in the corner that I didn't really know what to do with. I don't think I ended up filling it because I thought it kind of looked a bit crowded with that middle section anyway, so I did just leave the landscaping to that section, and then we move on to the floor plan. So we do have obviously a kitchen and a dining area, which is kind of like open, and then we've got two lounge spaces, like two living spaces. One's kind of like more like a cozy little nook room, and one's like a main lounge, but the lounge is an odd shape, so I did struggle a little bit with that because it was quite unusual. But yeah. So now we're just working on the kitchen. I really, really love this kitchen. I think it is gorgeous. This is from the new stuff pack, of course, Home Chef Hustle. I am in love with that stuff pack. I think it is gorgeous. There's so many more opportunities in it. There's so much you can do with it. And I absolutely love that they've added lighting into the cupboards. I love that because they always seem to add like little lights behind the cabinets to try and make it a bit more bright. So the fact that they included that into the cupboards is like so much better for me, a lot less work for me, and it's gorgeous. The swatches are lovely. I'm a fan. I think it is lovely. So yes, we've got a really nice sized kitchen. Sometimes I make them and they're like really too big, and I'm like, it's not really going to function well because obviously in gameplay you don't want to have it too big because it's a bit overwhelming then, personally. But I did want to make sure that it had all of the new appliances included as well as, so luckily we do have all of those included, so it wasn't too small, but I didn't want to make it too big either because when I'm in gameplay I'm always a bit like, it's a bit too much space and it's too far to walk around the entire house, and as you guys know, I play with a lot of family households, so we always have a lot of children, and it's a nightmare if everything is really far apart. So I try to keep stuff quite close together so it's not like stressful for me in gameplay. I did struggle a little bit with what rug to put here. I always do. I never know what rug to include. It's kind of like this weird shape between both cabinets and like the island section, and I never really know what I want. But I think it looks nice with a little orange touch with the mint green sort of colour. It's kind of an odd combo, but it sort of worked. I think the microwave kind of like tied both colours of like a touch of grey and the like beigey orangey tones. Personally, I hope you guys know what I mean. So now we're moving on to the dining room. This is a really nice shaped dining room as well. I think it is a perfect size. It's not too big, it's not too small. I did struggle a little bit with the decor around the exterior, not exterior, like outline of this room. But we got there in the end. I did double rugs, so you know, I love doing that. In case you guys didn't know, I think it just makes it like really homely in my opinion. So yeah, I didn't really know what to include around the exterior, like, you know what I mean, the outline of the room. I just stopped saying exterior. But yes, we have a fish tank. I forgot about that. So we do have some fishies. I don't think we have any other animals in this house, but we do have a food bowl, so you know, maybe they can adopt a pet. There's never really much going on in my dining rooms. You guys have to give me tips on dining rooms. It's not really my forte, shall we say, if we're gonna be posh. Sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, that sounds really snobby, but like that's just the way I speak. It's not meant to be. But anyway, so now we're just moving on to the main lounge. Like I said, it's kind of like an odd shape, but I quite like it. I didn't really know how to lay out this room initially. I do end up adding a kind of like a little office area and a little skills corner with the easel, but I didn't really know how to fill this shape because, as you can see, it's kind of like a Z shape, like a cartoon Z shape. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how to fill it, but I thought maybe we'll put some toys in the corner over here for the kids so they can also do some skill building in the room, and then we've got a little desk as well to kind of like occupy them if they don't want to watch TV. But yeah, I wasn't really sure what to put in this room. I do like how it turned out. I feel like I filled the space up nicely. It doesn't feel empty, it doesn't feel too overcrowded. It's kind of like a nice sized space, I think. But yeah, there was a lot going on. There's a lot in this build. So I did end up putting another room as well, so they've kind of got like a little gaming reading nook room off to the other side of the house, which you'll see in just a second, which I really like. I like that we've got those two options. So this is the other little room. It's very small, but I thought it was kind of cute, and like the kids could hang out in here while the adults are in the other room, or vice versa. It just sort of kind of gave more depth to the build and a little bit more space for the family to not always be so close. So they've got their own little zones as well. I apparently went for an entire blue theme in that room, which I thought was quite nice. I do tend to use a lot of greens in my build, so we went for blue today. I just think blues and greens look really good in Sims, especially with brown tones. I'm not too sure why, but it kind of like lightens up the space a bit, and I just think it just adds something to it. I'm not too sure, but I'm not really fond of like reds and oranges too much. I don't mind orange because it kind of goes to the beige, but red is a bit like in your face for my type of style. I do like the colour, and it is fun to build with sometimes, but it's not something I do on the regular, because it is a bit of a difficult colour to blend in with other colours, in my opinion. Maybe it's just me, but yeah. I'm now working on the parents' bedroom, or onto the upstairs now. I really like this bedroom. My parents' rooms tend to look quite and kinda. They look sort of similar, because I just like this colour scheme, and I tend to not mix it up much. I tend to add lots of white, as you can see, and lots of like fluffy plants. That's kind of what I would like in my own personal space. That's what I do have, so that's kind of what I always go for, but I don't know, it was just me. I've got a bit of a thing for like soft colours and beiges and whites just for parents' rooms. I'm not too sure why, but I thought the rest of this house did have a lot of colour for me, so I let myself off. It's not so bad. But yeah, so now we're just working on the teenage daughter's room. I really like this room. I kind of feel like she's not like an older teen. I kind of feel maybe like 14-ish. I kind of wanted to make it still a bit like childlike. I included some like cartoon sort of vibes and some wall decals that were more like kiddie, not necessarily childish, but just like it seemed more appropriate for a younger age. So yeah, that's what we're going for in this room. So we've got like a 14-year-old sort of age, and then we do have like a 9-year-old, say, and then a baby, of course. So I thought it was kind of like a nice combination of ages in this house. I always play with so many children, so it's quite nice to just do a house for less people. Still a lot, obviously, 5 people in a household, including, that's not including pets. Of course, because I said people, but you know what I mean. So now we're just working on the ensuite bathroom for the parents' bedroom. Obviously not too much going on, but we've actually got quite a lot of colour for once, so that's always good. I did add this little buffet, shall we say, in the corner for the parents. I kind of imagined they like took the baby in there sometimes to like wash her in the sink, and the mum could like dry her while sat on the little stool. That's kind of what I was thinking while doing the little bathroom. And then obviously we have the child's bedroom as well, which I think is really cute. I included lots of blues in this room as well, lots of other colours as well. There's oranges and pinks and purples and everything really. It's kind of like a lot of colours, but mainly blue. I really felt like this room felt like a kid's room. Sometimes I make them, they're a bit like too old or there's too much going on, but I kind of felt like it was a really nice combination of like a kid vibe room. I hope you guys know what I mean. It did feel like a literal little boy's room. I just think it's really cute. I like the teddies in the bed as well. I always love doing that. I just think it's a really nice room. I love the little decorative pieces of like the artwork as well, and the cards and the little paper. I just think it's really cute, and it feels really like lived in, especially because it is like a kid's room. I kind of feel like it needs lots of clutter. I don't know, it just felt like a proper little room. I can't really explain what I mean. And then we are moving on to the little girl's room. I really like this room. It is absolutely tiny, but I took inspiration from when I was little. My best friend lived in the tiniest bedroom. It was like the office room of the house, and it was the cutest thing ever. It was so small. It had like a little toddler bed in it and everything. It was just the sweetest. Obviously she didn't live in there when she was older, but when she was little she had a tiny room like this, and I just thought it was really cute. So yeah, it's kind of where I took the inspiration from for this little room, and I didn't want to make it too girly. I kind of wanted it to be like a neutral room, and I really love including that sign. I'm not too sure why. I don't really know what it looks like it says, but I just think it's really cute. Maybe it says love or something, or someone's name, or I don't know. I just thought it was really sweet, so I tend to use that quite a lot. I just really like how it looks. So yes, that is what we're doing here, and then we are moving on to another bathroom, I do believe. Yes, there is 3 bathrooms upstairs, I think. I can't remember whether there's one downstairs. There must be. I did this on the weekend, so honestly I cannot remember because I've built lots of houses since I build like crazy, guys. Honestly, it's just constant. I can't help myself. It's just my thing. But yeah. So I am going to end the voiceover here for today, guys, so you can watch the end of the video in peace without me rambling on. And I will be back tomorrow with another speed build, most likely, or Friday. One or the other, but we'll definitely have one more video this week for sure. But I might be live on Twitch later on, so feel free to come and join me over there, also at LauraAbbeyX, of course. And yeah, I shall see you guys next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you have the best day. Bye guys. Illusion, we shouldn't lie. Your words, they count for nothing, but you're out of time, still out of time.
weight, let loose. I'm tired of waiting, gotta make that move. All the neon signs, now they shout to me and you to write our story, wanna shape the new. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it live. And tomorrow's far away, should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, let us on tonight. Got a restless mind, and now I won't let go. So let us be crazy.